Straight ahead, a statewide Amber Alert has been issued concerning the kidnapping of a 2-week-old infant. iPads in elementary school classrooms, there's mixed reaction about whether the gadgets help kids learn.
And did you see something orange fly through the sky on campus? We'll have more on the 6th annual pumpkin launch. OC News starts right now.
Hello
and welcome to OC News. I'm Samantha Trachis.
And I'm Dee Clark. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton. A statewide Amber Alert has been issued for a 2-week-old baby who has been kidnapped by his father from Sunnyvale in Santa Clara County. Authorities report that a 22-year-old Masoud Gouler took infant Henry Gouler Romero from the mother's apartment complex around 4 p.m. Tuesday after an argument between the two caused the father to flee with the infant. The suspect is described as a Turkish male around 6 feet tall, weighing about 120 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. He is believed to be driving a tan 2004 GMC Envoy with the California license plate number 6HIL892.
An update on a story we reported on Monday. It now appears that the driver who crashed his car into Langsdorff Hall Friday night did it intentionally. The 21-year-old man from Garden Grove drove his car over the sidewalk, hitting citrus trees and 2 light poles before crashing into the building. The car caught fire. Witnesses say the car was traveling at approximately 70 miles per hour when it went over the curb.
Our writers and photographers at the Daily Titan are hard at work putting together tomorrow's issue. Photo editor Dylan Lujano is here in studio to discuss tomorrow's top stories.
I'm back with your Daily Titan update with the news you need to know. The traditional Dia de los Muertos holiday was celebrated today with a colorful altar, music and dance, face painting, and food goods here on campus. Read the story in tomorrow's paper to learn more about the organizations and events that happened. Also in tomorrow's paper, read about the latest updates for the CSUs from November's Board of Trustees meeting. From Opinion, one writer argues that politicians need to turn their attention to the citizens of the country instead of shaping their agenda based on the power of lobbyists and big business. From Detour, in today's issue, read about the stunning film 12 Years a Slave. This gripping story about one man's hardships while in slavery is a heartbreaking, well-crafted, and powerful piece. And finally, from sports, get to know Dedrick Taylor, the new men's basketball head coach, and his plans to bring success to the program. In tomorrow's issue, read about tonight's men's soccer match against Cal State Northridge as the team aims to qualify for the Big West Conference tournament. So that's what we're working on, and for all these stories and more, pick up the latest copy of the Daily Titan on newsstands now, and visit thedailytitan.com for a digital copy and even more news. Back to you guys.
We've all heard about the dangers of caffeine in sodas and energy drinks, but the trend is rising in our children today. Here's our very own Anjean Jaragosian with more.
We know caffeine can affect sleep, of course. Grown-ups often drink it because it can aid alertness. But when it affects children's sleep, which is critical for brain development, it can really hold them back. Doctors say this is a critical time for the brain when problems in development can lead to schizophrenia, anxiety, drug use, and personality disorders. Swiss scientists say that teens drinking 3 cans of energy drinks or a large bottle of cola every day could be reducing their amount of deep sleep they get. The National Sleep Foundation recommends that school-age children get at least 10 hours of shut-eye a night. A study in the journal Nutrition Research shows that every 10 milligrams of caffeine a 13-year-old boy drinks per day increases their chances of getting less than 8.5 hours of sleep by 12%.
We know that food coloring causes hyperactivity in kids. Caffeine does as well. And so as a child, you need a lot more sleep than adults because you're trying to grow your body, you're trying to rest your brains, grow your bones, grow your muscles. So if you can't get enough sleep, that really affects you later on in life in terms of your growth and development.
In a new study, researchers experimented on young rats who found the maturing process in the rodents' brains was delayed and sleep was reduced when they consumed caffeine. Over the last decade, caffeine intake among kids and adolescents has spiked 70%. Today, 2/3 of children are consuming caffeine on a daily basis.
Because so many students are staying up late, whether they're staying up to do, some are staying up to do homework, some are staying up to play video games. The lack of energy, you definitely see it in the morning. And to make up for that, they're going after school, either drinking it early in the morning or going in after school and buying these drinks at the local 7-Eleven, which is a couple of yards away from the school.
Studies show that 30 to 50% of adolescents and young adults report using energy drinks, and consumers younger than age 26 represent half of the rapidly growing $9 billion market for these beverages in the U.S. Most kids who eat well, stay hydrated with just one of these, and get enough physical activity and rest will have plenty of energy naturally. From Los Angeles, I'm Angina Garagosian.
After the break, we'll find out if you should grab your sunscreen for the holiday weekend.
Titan TV is a student-operated facility maintained by students.
It's on the Cal State Fullerton campus, and it's a great opportunity for Cal State Fullerton students to get hands-on experience directly in a studio environment.
Working with Titan TV puts me in this professional environment. Everyone here is really fun to work with, and everyone just gets along so well. I'm having a great time.
You are watching Titan TV.
Titan Radio is Cal State Fullerton's own radio station located in the basement of Pollock Library. Students can stop by and pick up an application during our operating hours. Anyone who has a computer and internet can listen to us www.titanradio.org. A lot of people who want to pursue TV and film usually start out in radio, so it's always a great opportunity.
Will it be sunny for your holiday weekend? Yvonne Nguyen has your 5-day weather forecast.
Thanks, Dee. Happy Wednesday. We're almost halfway there, so hold on. Our holiday is coming up. Currently, it's a warm 84 degrees. It's very sunny and not to mention very dry, which heightens fire danger. There were also some wind advisory warnings for LA, Ventura County, the mountains, San Fernando Valley, Santa Clarita, and the Santa Monica Mountain Range, but have since stopped as of 3 p.m. The Santa Ana winds have settled down, but leaving a warm and dry pocket of air, which explains why the temperature has gone way up today. It will cool down to 55 degrees later on when the sun sets at 4:55. It seems a bit early, but that's what happens when we gained an hour on Sunday. So let's look at what's going on in the nation. There's a strong jet stream stretching from the west to east coast, leaving everything above the jet stream with storms and mild temperatures below. If you're heading in that direction, maybe it's time to try some snowboarding or skiing because there will definitely be snow. 50 degrees in Denver and 66 degrees in Dallas. Miami also experiencing summer temps of 84 degrees. Then a little warm up in Chicago, 55 degrees, and 63 degrees in New York. High pressure in the east, bringing winds out of our area, and notice the clouds starting to come in. You will feel that cool down starting Friday. People living in the Midwest and part of the Northeast will have to bust out their shovel because of the snow. The East Coast will also have a cool down. A front will bring clouds and some rains Friday. Also wind, but it will start to calm down around the weekend. They might want to bundle up at the end of the week. But in our neck of the woods, we are so lucky to have our sunny California weather and we won't have to bundle up. Today and tomorrow, you can definitely wear your shorts and flip-flops, typical California attire. 83 degrees on Thursday, 75 degrees on Friday with a low of 53, and 71 degrees on Saturday. A little bit cooler, and then 68 degrees on Sunday with lows in the 50s. So we'll have to put on an extra layer, but it's bearable, right? We will return to a sea breeze and a shore flow, which will bring some clouds over the weekend. And that is your 5-day weather forecast. Overall, it will be very warm today and tomorrow. Then expect a cool and cozy November weekend. Have a great rest of the week. And thanks for tuning in to OC News for your 5-day weather forecast. I'm Yvonne Nguyen. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Ivana. With technology always changing, it's getting harder and harder to keep up with what's new in the gadget world. Yet some elementary schools are turning towards these gadgets to help them in the classroom. Here's OC News reporter Tatiana Coover with more.
The 21st century Apple is no longer just a treat for teachers, nor is it any longer just read, but read and used by teachers and students alike. While Apple's iPad has proven for many to be a helpful and most successful gadget in today's digital empire, its introduction to the classroom has been met with conflicting concerns as to whether or not this advancement is placing more emphasis on technology rather than on students.
I guess it's good because I have less books to have, less things to carry, but it's kind of bad because then people will probably get distracted easy.
I just don't feel like being taught by an iPad. It's just not my thing. I only like games on the iPad. It's not, I don't think so.
Do you think you could focus if they gave you like homework to do on an iPad?
No.
No? How come?
Because I would be distracted.
I'm standing here in front of Cesar Chavez Elementary School where the iPad is slowly making its way into classrooms as a learning tool for students, but at the same time is causing some to question whether or not this advancement is actually helping or hindering student performance.
I think that the iPads have too many games and applications, so they'd be wanting to play games more than actually paying attention.
Right now, I don't think it's a good idea. You know, the thought is good to implement those because they're very popular, but there's a lot of negatives that come with it. But I think logistically, we need to come up with a good plan to implement them.
You can't ask an iPad, oh, can you repeat the question? Oh, can you repeat the answer? A teacher can help you.
Because they're learning from the teacher instead of technology. I think teachers better. Don't take away the teachers because the iPad's not a real person and it's not really, yeah.
Never have elementary students been more tech savvy. Never have educators had such an astounding range of modern multimedia resources available to them. But the introduction of slick devices like the iPad in the classroom may not necessarily ensure student success. Reporting for Cal State Fullerton, I'm Tatiana Coover.
There's still a hearing on Capitol Hill regarding the Obamacare shutdown, and one mayor comes out and confesses he has a drug problem. Here's Garj Palsanga with more on politics.
Thanks, Sam. Believe it or not, yesterday the 2013 elections took place. This time Americans weren't electing a new president. Instead, many key states' positions were up for grab. In New Jersey, Governor Chris Christie defeated Barbara Buono in the gubernatorial race. Christie won 60% of the votes. In New York City, Bill de Blasio was elected to replace Michael Bloomberg as the mayor, capturing over 70% of the votes. Staying on the East Coast, on Capitol Hill today, Health and Human Services Secretary Kathleen Sebelius handled more questions about what went wrong with the October rollout of healthcare.gov. CNN's Melissa Rainey has the report.
More excuses. No more spin. Just give us the truth.
Health and Human Services Secretary Kathleen Sebelius was in the hot seat again Wednesday, this time in front of the Senate Finance Committee.
Why not shut down and do it right?
Sebelius says instead the focus is on doing routine upgrades.
In the first few weeks after healthcare.gov launched, users had to wait an average of 8 seconds for pages to load. Today, it typically takes less than a second.
The questioning got intense, with Senator John Cornyn appearing to lose patience with Sebelius when he said that the White House promise of like your plan, keep your plan isn't true.
I'd just like to ask you a simple true or false question. Is that statement on the White House website true or is it false?
Sir, I think the statement
is it true
that
or is it false,
can
Madam
keep
Secretary?
Your plan, the 11 million people who are in the individual market, a majority of those individuals will keep plans.
My time is limited, so
medically
I will just ask that the record note that you have refused to answer my question, whether it's true or false.
Later, Cornyn pushed further, asking why no one has lost their job over the botched website.
The only thing I can conclude is that it's impossible to do something in this administration that gets you fired. It's impossible.
I'm Melissa Rainey reporting.
It has been almost 4 decades since the city of Detroit last elected a mayor that was white. Detroit elected a 55-year-old Mike Dunnigan as a mayor. According to CNN, Dunnigan replaces outgoing mayor Dave Bling after defeating his opponent, Wayne County Sheriff Benny Napoleon by a margin of 55% to 45%. Last white mayor to take the city's helm was former sheriff and prosecutor Roman Gribbs from 1970 to 1974. Staying with mayors, this time it's a different mayor from the north of the border. For months, the mayor of Toronto has denied reports that he smoked crack cocaine. Now police has video to prove it. And now Mayor Rob Ford is admitting that he used the illegal drug, but Ford is not refusing to resign from his post. CNN Paula Newton has the story.
These allegations are ridiculous.
After months of bold-faced denials,
I do not use crack cocaine, nor am I an addict of crack cocaine.
Toronto Mayor Rob Ford's confession was as riveting as it was blunt.
Yes, I have smoked crack cocaine. But no, do I? Am I an addict? No.
When have you
Have I tried it? Probably in one of my drunken stupors, probably approximately about a year ago.
And there it was, the sordid truth that this mayor could no longer outrun. Months of secret police surveillance of Ford was made public last week in connection with the arrest of the mayor's friend and part-time driver. Sandro Lisi faces drug offenses as well as extortion charges, but police say so far the mayor isn't charged with anything. Police did confirm that they had the video, the one that allegedly shows Mayor Ford smoking crack cocaine from a pipe. And Mayor Ford says he wants to see it.
I want everyone in the city to see this tape. I'd like to see this tape. I don't even recall there being a tape and a video, and I know that, so I want to see the state that I was in.
But now Mayor Ford says he's put it all out there. He's looking for forgiveness.
I have nothing left to hide. I embarrassed everyone in the city, and I will be forever sorry.
He had a lot to say except the words, "I'm stepping down."
I was elected to do a job, and that's exactly what I'm going to continue doing.
Paul Newton, CNN, Toronto.
I guess the mayors need some love too. Back to you, Sam.
There has been a lot of baby talk this week. Entertainment reporter Lacey Kroom has the latest on which celebrities are talking about some new additions to their families.
Thanks, Sam. Celebrity moms have baby fever this week and could not stop gushing about their adorable little ones. A huge congratulations is in order for Miss Drew Barrymore and her husband Will Koppelman. The proud mom who gave birth to daughter Olive in September of 2012 confirmed that she is pregnant with her second child. Yay, congrats! The actress and producer appeared on Jay Leno's The Tonight Show last September and stated that she wanted another child very much and was ready right away to get pregnant. In other baby news, Kristen Bell spoke to Flair magazine about her daughter Lincoln and that she welcomed with husband Dak Shepard last March. The actress confessed that during her pregnancy she had some worries about how she would feel towards her baby girl. Kristen stated, "I kept saying, in all sincerity, I just don't know how I'm going to like her as much as I like my dogs." What? Kristen clarified and went on to say, "I love people the more I get to know them, and I didn't know her. It could have been a water bottle in my belly. That's about how connected I felt to her." Now that baby Lincoln is 7 months old, Kristen recently spoke to People and gushed, "She's my best friend." Good to hear. The reigning Mrs. Sexiest Man Alive has gushed about her precious daughter Everly and the joys of being a new mama. Jenna Dewan Tatum gave birth to her baby girl 5.5 months ago with husband Channing Tatum and loves that she can now interact with her. She's musical, she's happy, she's dancing all around all the time, bouncing and moving. The actress and dancer recalled her easy pregnancy, but now finds the lack of sleep a little more difficult. In studio with E! News, she spoke about the new bliss she feels with her husband and his role as a new daddy. Dewan stated, "There is nothing sexier than seeing the man you love holding your beautiful baby." That's all I have today. From Hollywood, how cute are those babies, Sam? Back to you guys.
Yes, they are absolutely precious. Our very own Daniel Zamilla hit the post-Halloween celebrations this weekend. Here he is with all that and more.
Hundreds of people donned skull-painted faces and enjoyed cultural art at the El Velorio Day of the Dead event at the Plaza de la Raza Cultural Center in Los Angeles on Saturday night. The El Velorio event is now in its 3rd year of existence, and it combines a traditional celebration with a wide variety of vendors, performances, food, and a gallery art show benefiting the youth art programs at the Plaza de la Raza. Antonio Pelayo is a lead artist at the Walt Disney Animation Studios. He curated the event in 2010 as a way to combine the talents of different Hispanic artists and benefit talented youth.
Well, my first one was just an exhibit. From that point, it started growing. So then every year I decided to choose a nonprofit to convert El Velorio as a fundraiser.
Several artists participated in the event, including DreamWorks animation character artist Zorro Rodriguez.
Growing up, I kind of became more aware of my heritage, and so now that I'm in a place that I could, show it to more people, and that's what I want to do. It's so important to not forget where you come from.
Those interested in the event can look forward to more art and celebration next year.
Back, we'll find out the latest in NBA action.
Coming up, these engineering students are going to put their catapults to the limit and find out exactly how far they can make these pumpkins fly.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Pants, pants, pants. I am folding the pants. The pants are long. Do they go on my head? Do they? Do the pants go on my head? No. Do they go on
Everyday moments can become teaching moments because learning starts long before school does. Give your child the start they need at thornlearning.org.
Hey. Ready to go?
Yeah, but the fire's not out.
Close enough.
Close enough? If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. I mean, the next thing you know, you've torched our whole neighborhood.
Which is why we're not going anywhere?
Exactly.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Running 26 miles isn't an easy task, but for Joy Johnson, she's doing it for the last 25 years. Here's Daniel Zamilpa with the latest in sports world.
Thanks, Dee. For the past 3 years, Joy Johnson held the record as the oldest woman to finish the New York Marathon. This weekend, she crossed the finish line and died just hours later. Reporter Alan Wang spoke to the runner's family and friends.
Joy Johnson ran her first New York Marathon after she retired at age 61 and kept on running it for the next 25 years.
When she would run through all the boroughs and people in every neighborhood, different people would just be cheering her on all the way.
At 86, she seemed unstoppable, but last Sunday, Joy stumbled in the New York Marathon and hit her head near the 20th mile. She finished the race, but the next day she said she was tired. Joy took a nap and never woke up. The cause of her death is still unknown.
She was a wonderful, wonderful person. We're going to miss her.
While her neighbors slept, Joy was up at 5 a.m. almost every morning running around the Willow Glen High School track where she used to be a PE teacher. About the only thing that surpassed her physical and mental abilities was her kindness.
Every morning she also would pick up the papers for everybody that are on the driveways and bring them to our front door.
Well, she was so good to everybody, so thoughtful, very, very thoughtful.
She was a great cook. She baked bread for us. There isn't anything she didn't do.
The running world praised her for going the distance, but Joy Johnson's neighbors say she took her compassion toward others a lot farther. In San Jose, Alan Wong, ABC 7 News.
In lighter news, it was a dream come true for a high school student in Alabama. He got to put on a football uniform and play ball with the Marbury High School team. Bryant Henry has the heartwarming story.
Quarterbacks this year.
Tatum Smith has a rare illness that stunted his growth.
It's the opposite of Down syndrome.
He's all of 5 foot tall and 85 pounds, but it's the heart of the teenager that astounded hundreds Friday night at the Wetumpka High School football field.
And it was It was an amazing moment for me.
Since 7th grade, Tatum has been the Marbury High School football team's manager. Still, Tatum had a dream: suit up and run a play before he graduates. Tatum's coach came up with a plan and huddled with Wetumpka's head coach, Tim Perry.
What was very impressive is that our seniors came to me and said, "Coach, if the situation would allow it, we would really like for the young man to be able to score."
One of those players for Wetumpka was Stefano Parker.
I like to see the kid wanting to do it, even though all the stuff he ain't went through. So it made me happy, it made us happy.
It all came down in the last 5 minutes of the game. With Wetumpka leading by more than 40 points, Marbury scored, and then it was time to fulfill a dream.
The whole stands, they just started shouting my name. Let's go Tatum, let's go Tatum.
Wearing number 80, Tatum Smith took the handoff for the 2-point conversion. It was good. Good for 2, wonderful for memories.
It was a great feeling for me just to be able to do that for him. It almost brought me to tears, honestly.
It was very emotional.
I can't describe how amazing it was to be in a Marbury uniform, playing football.
There is another reason what happened here Friday night will always be special for Tatum Smith. It was his birthday. The touchdown and Tatum's 2-point conversion made no difference in the game, but it made a world of difference in what mattered. Score 1 for Tatum Smith when it comes to perseverance.
I was just so happy to
In Wetumpka, Brian Henry, WSFA 12 News.
The Northwestern University football team is going red, white, and blue in honor of wounded veterans. The team will wear these new red flag-themed uniforms for its November 16th game against Michigan. The university teamed up with Under Armour and the Wounded Warrior Project for the patriotic gear. But the colorful clothing has some people seeing red, saying the uniform looks like it's splattered in blood. In a statement published on ESPN, Northwestern says the distressed pattern was inspired by appearance of a flag that has flown proudly over a long period of time. After the game, the uniforms will be auctioned off. All the proceeds will go to the Wounded Warrior Project. And drama is boiling in the sports world. Suspended Miami Dolphins player Richie Incognito makes his first public comment since being benched during bullying investigation. This is the new video of the NFL star shows online. CNN's John Zarella reports.
Leaving a doctor's office, Richie Incognito had little to say about the firestorm over allegations he bullied a Miami Dolphins teammate.
I'm just trying to weather the storm right now, and this will pass.
In his first comment about the controversy, he was calm, even-tempered. A far cry from the shirtless Richie Incognito, screaming racial slurs and profanities at a South Florida bar. He prances around the table. At one point, he hugs fellow Dolphin Mike Pouncey, who seemed unfazed by the slurs. Incognito's representatives would not comment. But what you see here is an example, says former Dolphin Channing Crowder, of what likely happened in the team locker room.
There's nobody there to tell him what's too far. There's no other alpha males to stop him, and he's running crazy.
Crowder, now a radio talk show host in Miami,
I'm figuring out this media thing,
played with Incognito. Crowder says strong personalities on those Dolphin teams kept him under control until now. The NFL is investigating whether Incognito bullied another player, Jonathan Martin, into leaving the team. Incognito's reputation goes all the way back to his college days, a decade ago. He was suspended twice at Nebraska and dismissed at Oregon. Tony Dungy, who was then the coach of the Indianapolis Colts, says Incognito was not on his draft board in 2005.
We had the category DNDC, do not draft because of character. Richie Incognito was in that category for us.
Controversy follows Incognito. Last year on a Miami radio show, he talked about getting then rookie quarterback Ryan Tannehill to buy him and Pouncey jet skis.
This is how it works. He's going to buy us a gift because we protect his butt.
But here's the irony. If either Incognito or Martin ever play again, Crowder believes it's Martin who will be shunned by teammates.
If he goes to an NFL team, the word snitch will be thrown around regularly. You made a fellow frat member, as we are a frat, you made him lose his job.
John Zarella, CNN, Miami.
And now for our NBA play of the day. In yesterday's Miami Heat versus the Toronto Raptors game, it was the third quarter where Raptors player Rudy Gay missed his initial shot, then tries for a rebound while falling down, and he makes it, plus the foul. Take another look at this last-ditch effort by Gay that gets it in. What a play! And that will do it for me, and for more on the latest of sports, check back tomorrow and our friends at Titan Sports Recap. Back to you, Dee and Samantha.
Pumpkins soared in the sky at the 6th annual pumpkin launch at Cal State Fullerton. Engineering teams put their physics skills to the test, but which team won the coveted golden trophy? Ivana Wynn has the story.
Various air projectiles, including catapults and trebuchets, hurled hundreds of pumpkins across Cal State Fullerton Sports Field. Cal State Fullerton, in partnership with Discovery Science Center, hosted the 6th annual pumpkin launch.
There's a little station where kids can build their own little mini catapults out of popsicle sticks. There's a thing called DOS boat where they learn about buoyancy and they can actually build their own aluminum foil boat, put a bunch of marbles in it and see how long it can stay afloat. We got food trucks here, we got slides. I mean, there's a ton of stuff. It's a totally free event.
Many engineering teams came out today, including CSUF's American Society of Civil Engineers. They built this trebuchet behind me, their goal to get their pumpkin through this hole. 17 teams, including 6 teams from Cal State Fullerton, spent months building and preparing for the competition. The engineering teams ranged from individual entries from the community to middle schools and universities.
For this event is to get more kids excited about engineering. I've seen a lot of students get excited about STEM, but the problem is that a lot of them see science and math, not engineering, so this is a good way for them to see the engineering aspect.
The pumpkin launch attracted over 8,000 people. The free event is designed to introduce them to academics in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, also known as STEM.
It is bringing a lot of people to Cal State Fullerton, particularly our college, and it's also an opportunity to encourage and motivate young students to come to engineering.
I want to encourage young students to consider engineering fields so they get to see some fun activities and engineering concepts come to life.
2 Cal State Fullerton teams came out on top of the pack this year. The Institute of Electronics and Electrical Engineers placed second, and the Society of Women Engineers, or SWE, clutched first after placing second and third in previous years, winning a $250 Dave & Buster's gift card and the coveted Golden Catapult Trophy. I'm with the winners of the 2013 Pumpkin Launch at Cal State Fullerton. Alex, how do you feel after winning?
I'm very excited. It's been a long time coming, and we're really excited to get first place this year.
Well, congratulations to SWE. In Fullerton, I'm Ivana Wynn reporting.
Go State! That's going to do it for us here at OC News. I'm Samantha Trachis.
And I'm Dee Clark. See you on the next edition of OC News.